Hi everyone, I'm Tanti, a professional life coach. So in today's video, I wanted to discuss the topic of being self-reliant and self-sufficient and how this life skill really will give you all the confidence in the world that you need, and it will make you more attractive. It will make you more secure in who you are as a person. So let's go back a little bit. When I was born in West Africa, I came to America when I was 10 years old. And when I was living in West Africa, I come from a family and a culture where it's very social. There's a lot of weddings, baby showers, get-togethers, and I am a true introvert. I love people, but at my core, I like being by myself. It's what gives me energy, it's what fuels me up. So I always just could take people and like events in doses. And I guess I get that from my mom. She's a very people person, outgoing. She loved going to events, being around lots of people. Whereas my father, he's like me, like introverted. Like he can meet a lot of people and make friends easily, but he enjoys his own company. So at a young age, I knew that I really prioritized my peace, my own company, my own energy. I really liked who I was. I liked myself and my own presence. And so my mom would always tell me, you need to go out there, you need to meet people, like you're always tired, why do you always want to come home, this and that. And so that was me at a young age. And so when I came to, and mind you, my family, both my mom and dad's side, they have like 8 to 10 siblings, a lot of people, and all those people have kids. So they're just like a lot of people in our family. And so when I came to America, when I was 10 years old, I lived with my dad and my stepmom, and I had the same introvert tendencies of wanting to like be by myself and just like relaxing. I remember that like on vacation, when we have like school breaks, anything like that, instead of like going out and like just being around a lot of people, which I still like, I love people, I don't mind that, but I just didn't always feel the need to do it. I'd rather stay home and just like relax, sleep. I love love painting my nails, like doing facials. And my dad would always say that you're such a girly girl, this and that. And he would call me lazy. My whole family, everyone called me lazy my whole life because I just always wanted to rest and just relax. So they saw that as something that's like wrong. And even sometimes I would question myself, like, is this normal? But anyways, and my dad tried to like make me do soccer, basketball. He's like, you're tall. Like, so they always wanted to make me do like, be part of like groups and around other people. And mind you, like I like people. Like it's very easy for me to make friends and be around people. But I guess it was just I want to choose. I always wanted to choose who I wanted to be around, the activities that I wanted to do. But in my parents and family's perspective, I was way too quiet. I needed to be around people and do sports and extra activities. And those were just not for me. I don't like soccer, I don't like basketball. That's just not who I am. And so I would always like journal. Like writing is one of my, that's like very therapeutic for me. I guess I couldn't really verbalize how I felt. So I would always write down, like, I would make up stories, or I would actually like talk how I feel. And my dad like traumatized me because he couldn't like figure me out. Like my whole life, no one could really figure me out. That my dad would always read my journal, and that was kind of like invasion of privacy. I didn't really like that. And also I didn't like being part of groups. So when they would put me in like a camp group or something, I didn't really enjoy it. I felt like I was just being forced to do it. It wasn't really my thing. And I'm the type of person that when I'm in group settings, I hate how you have to like sometimes trying to fit in. Like I have this ability of like seeing through people and just seeing exactly what it is, you know? So it was really hard for me to kind of just close my eyes and bite my tongue and to kind of just like go with what everyone else was doing and saying. And I mean, my mom always laughs at me. She's like, I don't know why you're always trying to, you know, voice your opinion or trying to like, you know, make people understand what they're doing, what you're doing, this and that. And that's something that I'm working on till this day, to just trying to like bite my tongue. Some things are not always to be said out loud, you know, so I'm learning that. But so I didn't really like groups because I'm a true individual. And so with those experiences, I realized that I truly do not like and feel obligated to do things I don't want to do. That was really something that bothered me. And so at a young age, I realized that the only way I can really overcome, you know, this feeling of obligation was to become self-reliant and self-sufficient. Because when you live with your parents, obviously, or like family members or anyone, you know, that have authority over you, you have to, you know, do as they say, especially with parents. You know, they're paying the bills, they're protecting, providing, you know, they're doing things for you. So you have to do whatever they say, which is not a bad thing, because obviously we need balance. We need, like, as like children growing up, you need that kind of like structure to help you. But just with my personality being a very like calm person and like an introvert, that didn't feel good to me. I didn't really want to live my life like that, doing things that people wanted me to do versus living a life that's like authentic to me. And now I feel like there's something wrong with me because I don't want to always be around a lot of people. So at a young age, I found that out about myself. And so I decided to, when I was 14, I got my first job. One of my friends from middle school, high school, her uncle had a bakery. And so I was able to get a job through her. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I can make friends, but the whole point is I didn't want to all the time, you know? It shouldn't have to be an obligation. And so, I got my first job, and then I started to make money, and that started to really like fuel me up and like kind of just like give me more confidence that honestly, because I'm already like, I'm happy with myself, and I always wanted to, you know, I'm an introvert, so I like to always go inside to figure out what's going on with me, how I feel. And I always like would pray, like, you know, pray to God, like, you know, I always wanted to receive everything that I need on the inside from my creator. And so I've always been very like, and I knew that like I wasn't ugly, like I'm not an ugly person, and I knew like I was funny, I have a good personality, and I'm likable, you know? So I knew all these things about myself. So I was already like confident with who I am, and I didn't feel like I had to like chase friends, if that made sense. So when I started like working and stuff, I started becoming like even more confident because I could like buy my own stuff. And I still knew that like living with my parents, they're always gonna, you know, it's their rules, their expectations. So, but because I had this confidence to know that I can like, I'm already happy within myself, and that I can fend myself financially if I needed to, that always like helped me become more secure in who I am. And it helped me become more selective, and it made people more attracted to me and wanted to be my friend and wanted to be around me. I remember people always would tell me, you're so funny, it's so easy to be around you, I feel so empowered around you, I feel so confident around you, you're such a confident person, and they just enjoyed being around me. And the reason why they enjoyed being around me so much and that they could have that kind of experience in my presence was because I didn't really need them. You know, it was already it was already within me, everything that I needed. So being around them, they were just like a mirror, you know, they were just getting the energy of like confidence and like being empowered and just feeling safe, because there was no obligation in our relationship, because I can meet my own needs, and I know that in my heart that, you know, I can make friends, like, you know, I'm attractive, like, you know, I knew who I was as a person, so it's easier to be around other people and we can have fun together, and they want to spend more time with me. And so that being self-reliant and self-sufficient, that has boosted my confidence so much that it literally, I remember like growing up, people were like, oh, I never really felt like intimidated by people being like popular or being like so pretty, and you know what I mean? So like other people look at them like, oh my God, I want to be their friends. I never got that kind of like energy towards people, because I see them as human beings just like me, and because of like who I am as a person, of my own you know, attraction, my own confidence, and me able to like fill up my own cup. Because knowing all these things, it was easier for me not to look at those people as if they were above me, you know, because when you look at people as they're above you, then that creates space for you to seek their validation, to seek their approval. It makes it feel like you need them versus you guys are just like equal and, you know, getting to know each other, you know. So I always had you know, people that we would consider popular be my friends, invite me. Like in college, I always got invited to things, easy for me to meet people and like parties, you know. And it was all because I was self-reliant, self-sufficient. I knew I could always meet my own needs. I never felt like I had to, if I don't have friends, if I don't have family, that I am less than or I cannot exist, you know? So because those were not part of my, like who I am, it was easier for me to just attract people into my life that want to be my friends, that want to be around me. And it wasn't so forced because I thought highly of myself. And that's why it's important to really get to know yourself and to become self-reliant, self-sufficient, so that way you can show up in the world and have relationships with people without you feeling less than, without you feeling the need to like overcompensate for who you are, without you feeling like you need them in your life to like make you like a better person or like to be more attractive, because that's far from the truth, you know. The only person that you need to like you and love you is you. You have to genuinely like yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself, see yourself in high regards, so other people can reflect that back to you. And to do that, you have to be self-reliant and self-sufficient. If you know that no matter what, that you can still provide for yourself, that you can still pay your own bills, that you can still get up every morning if people are not around you or people are around you, that whatever people give you, that it's only added bonus, that even if it's not there, if those love and affection and validation and protection wasn't given to you, that you can still exist and that you can still give yourself those protections by paying your own bills, providing for yourself, fueling yourself up with good empowering words, So that's the key about being self-sufficient and reliant, that you're able to still exist without other relationships outside of you. And I wanted to talk about this topic because I know a lot of us are always, we want relationships, we want friendships, we want to be part of a community. And I understand that that's human nature to have to want to experience life with other people. But I think it's also important to realize that we're also individuals, that we also have to be able to meet our own needs and not focus so much on other people to fill up our cup, to give us validation and approval. Because if you go like that in life, you will forever be a prisoner to other people, and that is the worst thing you can do for yourself. And I believe that because of me being reliant and self-sufficient, it has been my biggest asset in life, because I can still have a relationship with people, I can still love them, I can still have the biggest heart, and still know that at the end of the day, if they're not in my life, I am not gonna break, And this doesn't mean you have to be arrogant, you have to walk around telling people, I don't need anyone, I can just be fine by myself. It's not about saying these things out loud. It's about you truly knowing that in your heart, and that becoming who you are as a person. So that way you won't let other people break you down, And it also doesn't mean that you can't have relationships and friendships that you can let your guard down. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean your heart's not gonna get broken. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna fail in life. It doesn't mean that you're a robot. It's about you knowing that no matter what, that you will still be able to fend for yourself. That is the key takeaway from this video about being self-reliant, self-sufficient. That it doesn't matter what's happening around you, that you will always get back up because you know who you are. You have the abilities and the tools to build yourself back up, that other people outside of you does not define who you are at your core. And with this kind of mindset that I have, I know that I've experienced times where, I would feel scared, that what if something happened to me and no one's there? What if my car breaks down and no one's there for me? What if I need people to help me? And what truly helped me overcome those fears is knowing that, well, first of all, since you're self-reliant, since you're self-sufficient, you're able to, work, have money, save your money, use your money accordingly, and being responsible with your money. So you're able to, we have things insurances, where if your car breaks down, you can call them, your insurance, they will come with roadside assistance. And also, if your key's locked inside, you have locksmen. If you need to move, you can have movers. You know what I mean? So there's so many different things that you can outsource, but you cannot outsource your inner peace and how the reflection that you want to see in the mirror. You cannot outsource that kind of feeling. And that's why it's important to be self-reliant and self-sufficient. And also, because you're this way, people literally want to do things for you. People want to be around you. People want to be in your presence more. They want to hang out with you. They want to give you more attention because you make them feel so good, because you feel so good about yourself that they want some of that good energy. And that's when you like even start to be like, they start to become more needy to you, because you're like, whoa, like, this is so much. And although like you're flattered, it feels good for people to like want to be around you, but it's also, you have to also protect your energy. I know that I've had situations where I literally felt like I had to be people's friends out of pity, because they're enjoying my company so much. But then that's when the people pleasing came in. I had to overcome people pleasing. It was that I understand that my energy is uplifting to people, they enjoy it, but I also have to protect my energy and my spirit, so that's kind of like a boundary that you make. And just because you're self-reliant and self-sufficient, that you automatically become like a magnet for people. And so that is why I was able to have a very high self-esteem my whole life and be confident in who I am, is because I've decided to become self-reliant and self-sufficient, so that way I can be selective. So that way I don't have to compromise my morals, my values. I don't have to compromise who I am for other people. I get to choose the company that I want to keep, because I know that because I like myself, I enjoy my own energy, I have more inner peace by myself. And so those are not worth me compromising for just the sake of being around people and saying that like I have friends, I'm part of a community, this and that. And I know my mom would always tell me that, oh, you're not good at keeping relationships. And I used to let those things like bother you, because think about it, your whole life, if you're told that you just have to be part of a community, part of be surrounded by people, or there's something wrong with you. Because I've been told that, I felt like that my whole life, that I really had to learn to like overcome it, and choose my inner peace. And I had to come to the realization that if I cannot pick up the phone and call a person that's my friend or part of my community, that if I'm in a like a really sticky situation in case of like an emergency, if I can't pick up the phone and call you and know that in my heart that you will come and help me out, then our relationship really cannot be above my sanity and my peace of mind. It has to add to it, not ever take away. And I shouldn't ever feel obligated to maintain a relationship with you just because of what society said is normal to be around people, And so by me having this mindset, I'm able to move forward in my life without feeling guilty, without having shame. I know that was something I had to deal with a lot, because I know I'm so secure in who I am that I often felt guilty and ashamed when I would have to leave relationships that no longer serves me, that's like draining me, that I feel obligated to be in, so I would feel guilty because I'm like, why do I feel this way, So, but then I had to always, remind myself that like I was born by myself, I'm gonna die by myself, and that nothing should be an obligation. Like relationships, friendships, everything in life should be like a mutual thing. It shouldn't be forced. And because I believe that it shouldn't be forced, and it should be like, we're all like are free to be who we are and be ourselves, that's why I made it my mission to always remain self-reliant and self-sufficient, so I don't have to really, deal with anything that I do anything out of obligation. And that has really changed my life. That has really made me the person I am today. It helps me every day wake up having confidence in myself that I can overcome anything that life throws my way, because my whole life I have overcame so much, by just having this mindset and by knowing that, when push comes to shove, I will get it done. I will pick up the pieces. I could break down, fall down a million times, but I will always get back up on my feet, rebuilt, better and better, because I know that I'm able to show up in the world as I am and let go of people that no longer serve me, keep moving forward in my life, growing and evolving. And I believe that being self-reliant and self-sufficient is literally needs to be the foundation of everyone's life, because it just makes you show up differently in the world, and you will see how people will treat you, and you will see the confidence within yourself too, because at the end of the day, it's all about our own happiness, our inner peace, and us being able to live a life that's authentic to ours and not feeling, trapped by anything or anyone, That is why I wanted to do today's video on becoming self-reliant and self-sufficient. And also, it gives you the opportunity to let other people be who they are too. That is why people enjoy being around me, because they always say they feel free, they feel like they can be themselves. And because they're able to do that, they want to do things for me more. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to feel restricted either. I don't want to feel obligated. I don't want to control people. I know, like, in today's society, everyone is so focusing on controlling other people and what they do and how they do it, that I always felt like self-control was more than enough control for me, because I can't control what other people do, but I can control how I react to it. I can control if I welcome into my space or if I don't. And that's like personal control is like, and personal power. I live for personal control and personal power, because it makes life just so much easier. People just have room to be, and you have room to be yourself. And that is why people will always say, you have such a good heart, you're so kind, all these positive things. And then they'll also say, like, oh, you can be so cold sometimes. The reason is, it's because I have like such a kind heart, an open heart and compassionate heart, but at the same time, my boundary is you cannot intervene with my personal power, personal control. That means, like, you cannot try to control who I am at my core and how I want to be. I don't like that. When relationships start becoming too controlling, where I can't be myself, that is when I have to step away and remove myself from the situation, because I cannot do that. That doesn't work for me. And I'm able to remove myself from those relationship dynamics with no fear, because I am self-reliant, I'm self-sufficient, I know who I am, I'm secure with myself. So it's easy for me to do it. And I want that same confidence and security for you. That is why it's really important for you to become self-reliant and self-sufficient and meet your own needs, so you don't become needy, so you don't have any kind of like desperation coming from you, because you know who you are and you enjoy your own company, and other people outside of you are just added bonuses. you know, to your happiness. They're not your happiness. It comes from within you. Remember, we're all about inner peace. Nothing outside of us. Everything from inside up. Okay, well, thank you so much for listening. That was my message for today about being self-reliant and self-sufficient, and how that can just boost your confidence and help you become more secure within yourself. Thank you so much. And please feel free to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you like this video. And if you want to work with me and really get to be more intentional with your personal development work, I have 21 days of transformation linked below to just be, it's a foundation for you to start on your journey and to just have a solid foundation for yourself and continue to be a confident, secure person, and be happy with the person that you look in the mirror every day. Because that's also part of our branding, is having a clear conscience and look in the mirror and be happy with the person that we see. That is all I want out of life. That's what I represent. That's what fills me up. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So thank you so much. Have a great day. You got this. I believe in you.